Hey, y'all, what's up? I hope everyone has a great day. Don't mind my hair. I had an afro. It dried out. I've been home. I was all out all last week. Had a sinus infection. Had a upper respiratory infection at the same time. Managed to do my wrestling and rants and another interview. Um, Ended up going to work on Monday. They sent something on Monday talking about the kids are getting out 3 hours early because of this storm and the bad wind. So I was only at work Tuesday half a day, had Wednesday off. Ironically, yesterday morning my son was sick, low grade fever, throwing up, strep throat. So the last 2 weeks have been hell in my house. Okay, I haven't really been at work, which is kind of good because I've been spring cleaning, as they say, like getting rid of stuff. The worst task of stuff to get rid of is clothes. Because, well, maybe it's just me. Like in my mind, I'm not one of those people that be like, I'm going to save this just in case for everything, just in case I can fit back into it. In my mind, it's like, I haven't worn that yet. Been in my closet for like 6 months to a year. I might wear it one day. So I don't want to get rid of it. But then I have to come to the realization like, where would I wear that? And then can I fit it? Because if one of those questions I can give an answer to, then I'm keeping it. But if both of the questions, if where would I wear it at, I have no answer for, and can I fit it, the answer is no, it has to be given away. So my son's is the worst. I have a whole bag in a bin full of clothes that he can't wear because he went through 2 growth spurts last year. And I'm still not finished. Anyways, tonight episode was good. Earlier today, I got an email. I was checking my emails. I was starting on my taxes. Um, and the email popped up for um tonight's episode. I looked at it. It said WWE Smackdown. Instantly hit delete. I didn't want to know about any surprises if they were coming. None of that. I didn't even know where they were tonight because when I hit when I turned on the TV, it was 8:01. So beginning they were like, "Hey everybody, we're live from such and such." I didn't even know until he said something about how cold it was in Nebraska. I said, yeah. Then when, who was it, Bayley and Bianca were fighting, I saw the end. I was like, oh, so they're at the University of Nebraska. Which a girl from my church she's from Nebraska. I think is she from Lincoln or is she from Omaha? I think she's from outside of Lincoln. And I don't even remember how she ended up here, but she married a guy um, that I've known for a long time at our church. And they've been here ever since. So I will say that, what's today, the 12th? So last week was the 5th. This is the second Smackdown of the year. I'm excited to see what 2024 holds. Like, I came in, the end of May, beginning of July, I want to say. But then when I look at clips on like the Bloodline story and stuff that from April, I was like, I remember that match. So either when my son was started watching it, I was in and out of like glancing at it. I was probably on the couch reading while he was watching it and didn't really see the whole episode. Or I started watching way before, like a month before I thought I was watching it. I think it was March because I think that's when they announced Mercedes and Trinity leaving. So I think it was March. But from March to October, the end of October, it was wonderful. Except for like the week that I was live, of course I say that. And then it was great up there. And it was like, okay, so how is 2023 going to top 22? And 23 was cool. And then, after Royal Rumble, things start intermingling. Like, people start going to each other's brands and stuff more. And then, of course, because of the road to WrestleMania, and then, of course, WrestleMania, and then Charlotte and Rhea is still my favorite match of the night. I honestly want to say I like the twins match versus KO and Sammy. It's because a lot of us didn't think they was gonna lose it. I screamed, but for me, y'all know I'm here for the girls, but they put on the show. Okay, somebody had put up like the top 10 favorite matches of 2023, and for them, Rhea and Charlotte came in second, and then Deanna and Jordan from TNA came in first, which I wasn't watching. I didn't start watching until Trinity was on there, to be honest. So if that happened prior to that, I don't remember that match. But I was like second. Like I wouldn't have, but I didn't see the one they named number one. So I was like, all the other ones though I saw. So I was like, okay, I'd have moved some around because they was doing AEW for the women, um, uh, TNA, WWE, and I think they was doing NPJW, if I could recall, or Stardom or whatever you want to call it. But I don't. They didn't have any MLW matches up there. But yeah. So, anyways, but my favorite match. So yeah, like last year I was like, okay, and then after WrestleMania, they was like, we're gonna when when was they had the draft before WrestleMania, right? Because I think Triple H Road Dogg Shawn Michaels came up. RVD came out and did the draft, which is ironic because after he did the draft announcement, he went to AEW. But yeah, so I'm like, then they had WrestleMania. Then it was kind of little. It was still good. Like the matches and stuff was still good, but the narrative, I know it has to die down, and I don't think I gave it grace to die down. So like if someone that got drafted to Raw had beef with someone that got drafted to SmackDown, you have to allow that to die down and be like, okay, either one of them needs to go to the other side or they just need to separate. And I don't think I gave it grace last year, or could have been, it could have been that mixed with maybe in my mind it wasn't done right because I'm like, it was more likely probably me because I was sitting there like, why are these people still on this brand and they got drafted? Like, and I was the only thing I was upset about 2023, which it did to 22 for me, was Bobby Lashley and his whole situation. Like, I was upset about that. I was upset about Cadence and Carter because I really wanted to see them earlier on Raw versus later. Um, and I know they do house shows and stuff like that, but I would have loved to see them on TV. I got excited because some of the people that I announced on my videos, they were showing more, like Xia Li and um, Raquel getting another opportunity for the women's match, and like so Maxine wrestling because I was like, I want to see her wrestle. They didn't have Scarlett wrestling. They had her in that mixed tag, but she didn't really wrestle. She just, I think, slapped AJ, or she like tried to kiss him or something. He was like, "B, I'm married," but like she didn't come out wrestling like how they have Maxine doing right now. And then yeah, like I would have pushed Bobby sooner, and I understand why they did that now, honestly. But it's like, to me, it's weird to have someone have such a phenomenal 2022, to have title matches and great matches and stuff like that on a brand that, okay, so I'm a basketball person. So for me, Raw is West Coast. Like, and SmackDown will be the East Coast. So even though the East has a lot of great teams, and this is past and present, it's easier to get in the playoffs on the East Coast team versus getting in the playoffs if you're on the West Coast team. You see, I'm like, I don't know any basketball fans out there, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's easier to get on certain teams. Like when you're on, and then when you're on the East Coast, you know who's going to be in the playoffs. You know it's at least the same four teams. It's always at least like the Bulls, the Hawks. You know what I'm saying? Like the Celtics, the Heat. The other 4 teams, random, but you know them 4 is going to make at least the first round. Now, West Coast side is not as predictable because all the teams have great attributes and components, and they also have a lot of downsides. So, and then with a lot of training and stuff going on, so you don't know. Like this year, it could be, you know, I don't know. It could be like the Trailblazers this year, and next year they're like F that, and the Kings might surprise you. I'm just using that as an example. I know they not. They haven't been what they used to be, okay? But I'm just saying, like you know, so for Bobby to defeat all these giants and these monsters in Raw, West Coast, and then for him to go get traded to like the East Coast where he would have dominated. You know what I'm saying? And then them not use him. And I was ranting about it for a good 6 months until the end. And then he only had like 2 matches. Not less I was like, not less he had injury. I didn't understand that. But that's the only thing that I didn't really care for in 2023. But hopefully it tops it. And I know the weeks leading up to an event is makes for a good storyline. Good thing about WWE though is every month there's a major pay-per-view. Like I don't remember it being this many pay-per-views when I was little during the Attitude Era. Was it one every month? Like how long have some of these been going on? Now I'm trying to reevaluate my life because I was like I know for sure it was a Hell in a Cell match because I would never forget the Rikishi one. I will never forget the Mick Foley one. Like those are imprinted in my brain. Okay. I remember the TLC match. I had that recorded on tape. Okay, I don't know if all this was the same year or not either. Of course, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, but like all these ones every month, I don't remember. I just remember it either being 19.99 or 29.99 on cable. And if you ordered it, you had to turn to a certain channel and it came on and it gave you you could watch it in that time frame. And then as time went on for like certain movies and stuff, they gave you like 48 hours to watch it as many times as you want. I don't know. That's how it went on, but that's what I'm saying. The good thing about the storylines and stuff like that, as far as storyline goes, is because there's something going on every month, you have the opportunity to keep the storylines and stuff like that fresh. So after you get off of a PLE, you'll be like, um, it'll die down maybe after a week or two. And then, okay, it might not be every month they have something, but it might be every 4 to 6 weeks. And okay, then they'll go back to regularly scheduled stuff. And then 2 weeks out. So for like 2 weeks, it's coming down off of the PLE. Then for 2 weeks, is regular. And then the next 2 weeks, it'll go back up into the next one, which will lead to the next thing. So that's the good thing. So it can't stay low for a long time, which makes the writers or the people that come up in the creative team that come up with these things, it keeps them on their toes, which is great because it keeps the audience engaged, which with social media and everything else, and for people that's like me that have not watched in a while, or if we watched it some years ago after like the Attitude Era, we watched bits and pieces. Like I remember Dave Bautista. I remember when the Bellas came, and then I stopped watching. I remember when they were like bigger status. I remember AJ Lee and them. Like I left and came back every once in a while, but I wasn't consistent. So it keep like with all of that and people, new viewers and then past viewers and then dedicated viewers, like it keeps us all engaged. I will say the first match, I just remember, yeah, because I came in at 8:01, and I just remember them playing Waller's song, and then it cut from Corey and them, and Cameron Grimes was getting beat up by Jimmy and Solo, and I was like, Then they ended up in a match. And I was like, Cameron and Jimmy are supposed to have a match. Cameron and Grayson supposed to have a match, but if I think about it, excuse me, I think Theory and I think Theory and Waller had said something, and then Cameron had said something to him last week, so that makes sense behind the scenes. And then what else? So they said what they was going to say. Love Nick Aldis. Somebody on Twitter said, I think it was JD on Twitter, he was like, I don't know basically how he became to be a manager, but he is a great fit, and I feel like he's going to be a major attribute to WrestleMania. I said same. Like, I don't know what the conversation was, and the concept was like, hey, let's get him to be the manager for WWE. Better than what I thought. And he looked like he could still put on wrestling gear and whoop somebody behind. Because when he came out and said what he wanted to say, and then Solo had, not Solo, Lord, when Paul was like he was going to say something, what is that? So like he was going to say something, he gave him a look and took the mic back. And I was like, Nick looked like he bought that life. Like he about to, y'all keep playing with him. He gonna take that suit off, put some wrestling gear on, and whoop somebody's tail and say to hell with this management stuff. Like, so when they said the 3-on-3 match, I was like, okay. And I was like, it's probably gonna be 3-on-2, handicap match, whatever. I put that in my tweets, and then I was like, we're trying to go get somebody. I said the only other people they could get is family. So who would it be? Like, I was like, not unless Roman gonna pull a thing when he's actually back there and he comes out and fights. I was like, or Jay comes out just because it's family. But I was like, but that would kind of put a twist in his plot situation, because I'm like, he'll come out because his family. Him and Randy has settled it at Survivor Series, and then it was like, now you got to beef with these people all over again because you went to, Raw and tried to clear your name and ended up unclearing it, and that would have caused a whole nother situation with him with the people in Raw and SmackDown. So I'm like, now that he cleared his name, he's back to being a face. What's up? What is it for him? What's gonna be the next step? But luckily they didn't do that, which I'm glad that they did. So after that, who was it? Oh, so then my girl song came on, Bianca, because I was like, I forgot. And when they showed Bianca versus Bayley, I was like, Bayley deep with the, you know how they show like if somebody's helping you on stage, like walking you down stage, they show like everybody. I was like, Bayley deep with it, ain't she? Like, dang, she got 4 people walking out with her. Love, Bianca looks great in silver. She looks good in gold. That's why I was like, great royalty. Silver was given Beyonce's Renaissance for me. It's get with the lighting, like how how people would say that Beyonce bleached her skin because she had on that silver, and silver was bright, and of course it's wintertime, so people that are red bone and light skin get lighter. And then ooh, well, everyone I think gets a little lighter. I don't think it matters what complexion. To be honest with you, well, no, I don't know. I don't know. 'Cause my brother's he's chocolate, and I don't think his skin complexion changes. But yeah. So with the silver and then the lighting, and then it being wintertime, she looked Like how they was like Beyonce looked a little whitewashed because she looked lighter. She looked lighter, like it was reflected off her skin. Excuse me, y'all. I'm so tired. Um, I got no sleep last night. My son wanted me to sleep with him in my queen bed, and he smooths around a lot. And then part of my nose was stomped up, and every time I don't mind people moving in the bed with me, like if you move in the switch positions, but I don't want you to move and then keep moving and then be moving and it's longer than 30 seconds and it's a couple minutes. Like that irritates me because it wakes me up. Like I need you not to move when I'm trying to sleep because it's already hard enough for me to go to sleep. I dozed off every 30 minutes and then kept waking up. I spent most of half the day sleep because I couldn't get no sleep. So I'm exhausted. I still didn't get enough sleep. Um, but so my afro was really bedhead because I didn't wrap it last night. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so Bianca came out, Bayley came out with her people. They were cheering her on. Part of me in my back of my mind was like, no, I've skipped a step. I skipped LWO versus what Santos calls his LWO. Let me tell you something. Angel and Reece is jacked. I don't know what it is about when the men leave and they come back. They be jacked. Okay, the only person that hasn't been like that has been CM Punk from what he looks like with the shirt on. But I mean, daggone, they came back jacked. I'm pretty sure when Sheamus come back, he gonna be jacked. Daggone, who else? The only exception to that rule will be Eric from the Viking Raiders. But like Randy came back jacked. Like he was so jacked, his kneecaps was had muscles. Like what the hell? Like thighs jacked. AJ came back jacked. Like what? I was like, everybody just. I know they tell you PT, you gotta do PT, and then they tell you like to slowly lift weights to get strengthen your stuff. But I'm like, y'all went OD, okay, in the gym. Like it is crazy. What is going on with my eye? I'm not liking it. Okay, so it might be my hair in my eye. Yep. I liked Santos promo. I think he looked good in it. Um that match was good. To be honest, all the matches today were good. So what was it? Nope. Cruz and Joaquin flew out of the ring. Of course, you know that's what they're doing. Santos on the side talking about that. I taught them that. This, that, the third. And then when was it Cruz? I forgot what the move was on him because it's I lost. It's been a couple. It's been like an hour or something like that. But when he got the like it was I forgot. I honestly do. And I was like, that's it. That's it for him. Match is over with. Oh, match was not over. Okay. Match wasn't over. Yeah, it it was so I had to fix it. But yeah, match wasn't over. And I was surprised. I was surprised at the resiliency. I wasn't mad at it, you know what I'm saying? Because it lasted longer than what I thought. Um, but who ended up winning? Oh, they ended up LWO ended up losing because of the way he was Cruz. I think it was Cruz. What was it, Joaquin? That in case the way that he was pinned because he was holding on to the side of the ring and the ref ain't see it. Zelina looked pissed, of course. And then it was the women. Um, and I thought really like Shotzi or um, Michin or Selena be coming out to help. I was gonna say Charlotte, but I forgot she's out with her knee, so we won't see her again till September, maybe late August. Um, but yeah, it ended up being a good match, and I was like, yeah, I know we saw this match many times over, many times before with Bianca and Bayley, but I was like, every time they ask, um, Bianca, who's her favorite person to wrestle in the ring, she always says Bayley. I follow her on Instagram, and she had asked me asked me type thing on Instagram, and it wasn't about supposed to be about wrestling. It was about the show, some TV shows she was watching, and of course people ask her wrestling because niggas don't know how to follow directions. Like it's always one, and then once one do it, and you answer or respond to that person a certain way, the other people in their brain be like, oh, okay, I could do it. Because honestly, if it was me and I'm telling you I'm watching like Abbott Elementary, ask me questions about the show or something like that, and you asking me who do I think I should wrestle next or who's my favorite wrestler, I wouldn't even answer. I send like a rolling eye emoji and answer the next question. Cause y'all know as y'all don't follow directions. Like I don't understand what's so hard. And that just goes to show how a lot of people have entitlement and don't have comprehension skills. Like why y'all don't comprehend? People like, oh, it's the communication, it's communication. It's not just communication. It's cause I could tell you how I feel. You know what I'm saying? It's comprehension. And if you don't comprehend how what I'm telling you based on how I'm telling you, you think it's something else because your comprehension skills aren't like, you know, then that could start a whole nother argument or situation. Like, not even gonna get into that. Anyway, yeah, so I knew it was gonna be good because they always bring energy to the match. What was telling for me is that I said I'm here for Damage Control allowing Bianca to um and Bayley to fight. But I'm like, it's four women on the ringside. Ain't nobody gonna help Bayley. Like nobody. Not even like distract the ref at all. None of y'all. Because if it was four women ringside and it was EO or something, if Bayley wouldn't have stepped up and did what she did to the ref, pretty sure Dakota or somebody would have distracted the ref. Like, and then when it happened and she threw Bianca out the ring, everybody just standing looking at her. I said, okay. And I've said this since October or something. I was like, I'm giving it until Royal Rumble. If they have Elimination Chamber this year because they have the copyrights to ECW title names and it's not they don't name it something else. I give it until either Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber and they gonna betray her because why y'all ain't help her? And then when she asked them in the back, like in the back, I think they was like, what did they say? We wanted you to, like, you had it, or um, we want to look like you ain't have it, or some crap. I was like, girl, excuse me, like they not here for you like that. Like, this is an interesting story to unfold. Like, I want to see how she gets betrayed. That's gonna be the main thing. And after she is betrayed, like, is she gonna try to get back in it? Who's gonna be on her side? Like, is that when if Sasha comes back, is that when she gonna come back? But then at one point in time, she betrayed Bayley. Is that gonna make Bayley go back to being a face? Like, what are we doing with it? Like, it's so many questions. You can go so many ways with that. So many ways. That's the exciting part. Will like Bianca team up with Bayley? Because at one point in time, Bianca and Becky were beefing for that title. They fought a couple few times. Then they teamed up when Damage Control came out. So how would that be? Like, that's gonna be interesting. Now that I really think about it, Dakota have on her knee brace today? I wasn't even paying attention to her. I like the little slots of pink she had on the side. Her wings have come a long way. I like ooh. I like that the subtleness of the pink. Or I like the dark pink underneath the red. Like that dark and light pink with the nail polish she used to have. I couldn't stand that wig at all. Now I also think that the red lip like ages Bayley. Love Bayley. And I was like, it's a lot of ass in that ring right now between her and Bianca. I ain't mad at it though. Like, listen, if I could, you know what I'm saying, y'all wouldn't be able to tell me nothing, okay? Cause I got a little bit, but I ain't got it like that, okay? I be out here showing out, and I'm just saying, but yeah, it makes her look older, but I think she would look so fire, like a faded gray. Like if she got rid of that red hair and did like a couple of gray highlights, like I think it'll be everything for her. Like everything. And I loved her jacket, but y'all know lime green is my color. And then I like that it's half white, half gray. Peep that too. Um, I liked Oscar's makeup. I love that she dances when she comes out. She like the female Sammy. But I love she dances when she comes out and she just lives carefree. But I like the makeup on her. It wasn't the whole white face, but it still had like the dramatics under the eyes. So that was I like that. Um After that was it Bobby and Street Profits? And I was like, you know, they mean business because Bobby came out with no tie, no jacket. His shirt was untied. Montez came out the same way. Montez rolled his sneakers up. I mean, his sleeves up. You know how in business, I don't know, when some men like are about to get into it, they uncut, they undo their sleeves, and then they roll them up before they fight. Like what that's what he was given. Okay. And I was like, so what are they going to name themselves? Because it can't just be Bobby and the Street Profits forever. Like, y'all got to have a group name. Like, we know y'all Bobby and the Street Profits. But what is y'all group name? Okay. And I am assuming that next week, or at least at Royal Rumble. No, but that can't work. Okay, I would have to say next week that y'all will fight AOP. Excuse me. I was going to say Royal Rumble, but Bobby's in Royal Rumble. So unless the other two, I think Carrion's in it too. Excuse me. Well, I got hiccups. So not unless the Street Profits fight AOP at Royal Rumble. I don't see. I don't know. They would have to fight next week. We'll have to wait till after. Um, and then what else happened? I'm losing because I don't write this down. I try to remember it. Um, oh, and then the segment, of course, with Logan and KO, and I was like, is that makeup or did Logan really get his face messed up? I don't remember him getting hit in the face like that. And then KO and his dry humor. Like I love it. I love all types of humor. I am goofy down in my roots. Like it's certain shows that I watch that people don't get. And then they watch it years later and be like, this show is funny. And I'm like, I tried to put you on 3 years ago. Like like when I say something is funny, 9 times out of 10, it's funny. Like I don't get raunchy comedy, dry comedy, goofy comedy, um, dark comedy. Like I'm here for all of it. Like here for all of it. What just happened? And then yeah. So him and the KO show, which I'm low key excited about because I'm like, we have the Grayson Waller effect, we have Miss TV. KO ain't really had. I think his show came out one time last year, if I'm not mistaken. Um. Oh no, it didn't. He didn't even do it. I don't think it was just. Did he? Now I'm reevaluating my life again because I think it was just Grayson on KO show instead of KO. No, it was KO on Grayson's show instead of Grayson on KO show. That's what it was. So he was like, I can't wait to look forward to seeing you. He's like, I can't believe I'm saying that. I was cracking up laughing. Um, I wonder what that's gonna entail. So I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna get into it. And I see Tyler Bate and Butch, my man. I forgot about that. Their segment. So he was basically like, so what are you gonna call yourself? What you gonna do? Because you're basically not a brawling brute no more. Like Sheamus is out. Ridge is doing his own thing. Like he had, I think after he walked out on Butch, I think he went and fought a match in NXT by himself. So I'm like, you can fight matches by yourself in NXT, but you can't help your mans out over here and Smackdown as a tag team partner. Is Butch reinventing himself? That's gonna be interesting. Like, what are you gonna reinvent yourself to? Because I know over time, when you worked in a business for so long, you will want to reinvent yourself or creative. Like I've mentioned before, they be a lot of the talent be like, creative wanted me to do this, so stay with this. They was like, I didn't do that. Like every person I've watched, it was like I had to fight because if not, you'll end up staying somewhere that they want you to stay and get left behind because the audience be over it. So I was like, I wonder what's. It's only a few people. It's only a few. I feel like where they don't have to change who they are, and the audience will be totally okay with that. And that's like The Rock, John Cena, Bianca. Like if Bianca stayed with the ponytail and all that the entire time, people will be okay with that. I feel like, um, because I think every in Natalia and Natalia's character, because I think everybody else has changed, either their music or their persona or something. Like I don't think no one stayed the same. I want to say. I don't think about it except for the Miz. I think too. I want to say our truth, but he even changed his name, so because that wasn't always his name. Um, yeah. So, ooh, I want to see what that's gonna be like. I can't wait to see what that's gonna be like. Um, what else? I want to see. Yeah, and I want to know when is Sheamus coming back. When is he coming back? I don't know. I think it's gonna be Royal Rumble if he does come back because they need 30 men, right? Hopefully he comes back. Um, because we haven't seen him since he fought Edge. When was that? When was that? October, September. It was one of those. It was either my birthday month or the month before. Is it August? I don't know. I can't remember, but I know it was in the fall. So was it in the fall? I'm over here reevaluating my life again because so much has happened in a year. But and that's because when you reflect on like the year 2023, you be like, the year went by quick as hell. But then you like watch TV show, you like that happened. Like when they was showing, saw um glimpses of like the best moments of 2023 for like wrestling, and I was like, that happened last year. Like it seemed not so long ago, but at the same time, it seemed like a long time ago because so much happens. Um, so then after that, it was oh, Melo versus A Town now because Grayson gonna say I already fought earlier today, and I was sitting there like, cause I had to think like you ain't fight nobody. Like I think they came to the ring and either they knock kicked you out of the ring, like tossed you over, or you tried to fight to stay in the ring and then you got hit and you got out, or you slid out before they came in the ring. Like he ain't fight. Excuse me. I'm really, really tired. And then Katie gonna say, no, Katie said, what does he have on? He was like, what does he have on? Or it was like, you asking that. I said, okay. Because I ask that every time I tweet. I be like, why does he look like he have on sequins pajamas? Like, I don't, it's like pajamas mixed with boxing attire. And I think the pajamas is because of the vest jacket that he got that matched his pants. Like, that's what it gave to me. Like, I was like, I thought I was the only one asking. Because at first I would ask that with Seth. And it wasn't like no type of I hate the outfit. It was like, what does he have on? Like, in a sense of, why did the fashion designer decide to do that look? One. And then two, he was just okay, I'm gonna go with it type situation. Like, it was kind of weird because it was like you don't expect someone that's such a fighter and stuff like that, that craft, their persona, like part of, I couldn't wrap my head around his persona and how great he is a wrestler with the outfits he came on. Like, it took a while. And I still ask what he got on, but most of the time I like it. So I'm here for it. But Grayson in that gear, I can't with the, mm-mm. It gives grandma for a lot of it because the leopard is like somebody grandma will wear or have inside her living room or something in the 90s. And then the sequence is basically what people try to make that and come back like a couple years ago by wearing sequence hats and fanny packs. Like, y'all know y'all ain't grow up with y'all grandmas wearing sequence hats and fanny packs with their windbreaker outfit that goes shoo, 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 shoo when you walk. Because my grandma had one. That's why I would never. Like, y'all thought that was cute. Like, that is not cute, okay? And that's what that gear was given, okay? So, yeah, so he came out doing that. I liked Melo's tat. I didn't know that WWE had also tweeted about it because I was like, I don't know if it's small suns or circles. I like the detailing of it. Um, and then I was like, so what are we doing with Melo? Because he's been on Raw and SmackDown numerous times this year, in the past year. Like him and I think Trick was sitting ringside on Raw. This was right before I think the draft, right? And then I think this was right before he lost his title too. Was it right before he lost his title? Excuse me. I can't remember. And then he fought one time on Raw, if I recall right. And then he's fought 2 or 3 times on SmackDown. So I was like, are we recruiting him now finally to SmackDown? Like, they let Trick get his shine. Trick is over there at NXT. They're helping elevate him over there and getting prepared. Because all of them eventually have to get prepared for it. But are they bringing him to main roster? Because a lot of people wanted him to come to main roster last year. And he was like, no, he's happy where he is. Wherever WWE wants him to be is where he's going to be. Like, he's fine. And Solo thought the same thing, I think, at one point in time, because he was like, he was fine being myself, like he was okay developing his skill set and stuff there. And that's how Melo feels too. And I was like, if they bring him main roster, they could start up the Haynes and Solo be 2.0 or with him in Grayson Waller type situation, which they kind of already got. Do that. They also said something about, I saw somebody was like Cora, Jade, Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne Perez coming up from main roster. But I would love for them to come up with main roster. Like, Roxanne is one of my favorites. Been since I seen her Deadline last year. Not 2023 Deadline, 2022 Deadline. Um, I don't know. I want them to stay in NXT. And it's not because they're not talented enough. Like, I think them 3 women are beyond talented. I feel like they will have to wait. And I understand because, when you're in WWE, you get moved to the main roster, it's seniority and stuff like that. Well, for most of them, because Pretty Deadly and Grayson ended up jumping in storylines and stuff off the gate. Right. So you can't really say that for everybody. But I want them to stay where they will still get the TV time, if I'm being honest. Like it could go either way. But like I want them to go I want them to be able to develop the TV time. And I wonder if you could advocate for yourself if you wanted to stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, Baron ended up going back down to NXT. Like I've said before, for me at this point stage in my life, like if I wanted, because I have an almost 10-year-old son, if I was still wrestling and wanted to still wrestle, I would choose to go back down to NXT. And that's only because I know that outside of like PLEs that they don't leave the state. So at least if I had to travel for work, I could come back the same day or the next day. I'm not gone 4 and 5 days out the week, and I missed the most important part of my life, which is raising my child. Like I don't want to miss super events and stuff like that. Like even if I got a job commentating or doing blogs for like um WWE or some other company, like I wouldn't want to be gone Friday through Monday. Like give me like the bump in a Friday or something like that, or like Friday, Saturday, and then I'm home working from home or something like that the rest of the week. Like give me, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Now if I didn't have no kids, I'd be all gone ho. Like I wouldn't care, but I have a child. So, and his dad is in another state, and my son has health issues sometimes, and he's neurodivergent. So like I wouldn't leave that many days. Like that's not. I would be like Roman. My contract would be like that. Like major stuff, I'm coming, but other than that, I'm not coming. And so yeah, now I'm just ranting. So I know I'm tired. That match was really, really, really good. It was a really good match. Um, oh yeah, I already said that Bianca won the other match. I think I said it. Um, but Carmelo and Theory was, and then I had to retweet because for the longest time they kept saying CM Punk is the most viewed or most streamed comeback of 2023 in WWE, and I kept saying y'all are lying. Y'all are lying. This is what they call the Mandela effect, where they try to erase stuff from history. I saw this thing on TikTok, and people try to erase stuff from history and make it seem like you're crazy because it didn't happen. Like they had used the example of how Fruit of the Loom, the one lady was like, they had a cornucopia, and Fruit of the Loom was like, no, we didn't have that. And then people was calling her crazy, and she went to go find a shirt, and inside of it had a cornucopia with the Fruit of the Loom. And I say I had to revive my life because I'm like, I know that they had it too. So they were saying, this is what they're trying to do now. A lot of companies, um, a lot of internet sources and stuff are trying to erase stuff to make it seem like stuff didn't happen. And they was like, one of the causes of the Mandela effect is this is why they don't want kids to write in cursive, because they can't read historical events, like stuff that happened back in the day. But not unless the views are more. I feel like that when they said that, because when they showed like the thing, they was like the most viewed thing was CM Punk, 71 million, no, 105 million streaming views or something like that. And I kept saying, I could have sworn it was The Rock in Theory. He was like, no, 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 it's not. So today, when Theory came out, Theory was like, there's 150 million viewed man. And I said, okay. I was like, so I'm not bugging. Like, he just said it. So it's no way in hell if that's what it was then and counting. And CM Punk came back, and that was 2 months before CM Punk came back. So I know it was CM Punk came back and it's 105 and counting. There's no way CM Punk's comeback was the most viewed. Y'all know y'all doing that for ratings because, or just to say, oh, he's the most viewed. No. I don't care what's going on. If The Rock or Stone Cold come out, best believe it's gonna be the most viewed thing in WWE. Period. I don't care who else come out. I don't care if Oprah come out. I don't care if the Easter Bunny come out. Okay, the only thing I might top that is Jesus coming out to WWE. Like that's it. Like nothing else is coming. It's gonna make more views than that. Like that's what I was like. That don't even make sense. Like what? What? Now, if I honestly think the only person that might top that if they came out and came back will be Sasha Banks. I ain't gonna hold you. Like if she came back, she might top that 150, but and she'll for sure top CM Punk. But no, no. It was like he just said it tonight. I had to retweet it. It was like I told y'all. Cause somebody tried to argue me down. I was like, they was like the numbers are the numbers. I was like, okay, if the numbers are right, then that's all I just put. I was just like, okay, if the numbers are right, then he's the most viewed. But in the back of my mind, I was like, they could have sworn they told us that man had 150. Like he even said it in one of the previous matches when they show, you know how they show him up close before he turned around. He was like 150 million 1 week. I was like, how did he get 150 million views? Forgetting that The Rock was there doing that segment. Like, dog. So, I'm getting cold. So after that, it was Randy come out. Randy comes out. It was the match with Randy and them versus the Bloodline. So Solo's talking about he not worried about that. I like his shorts. I don't know if those is new shorts he had on or if I ain't never paid attention to it, but it looked like they are different and they more detailed in the front. Jimmy's no yeet shirt. Of course, I already said that I'm here for the shirt. I'd have designed it different in the front. But it's the fact that I like his hair has grown a lot. But it's the fact that now when he goes out, he goes yeet. He goes no yeet. And I was like, he is such a fool. But I wonder how that match is gonna go. Royal Rumble. Like, are they gonna do typical Bloodline stuff and come out and um interfere? And also, when is Ava Rain going to play a part in this? Okay, she's the only woman that represents that has a representation with the could to represent with the Bloodline. I mean, Naya could, but she on a different brand, so not unless they switch her over to SmackDown or they switch the boys over to Raw and they put some people on SmackDown. But then I'm like, who would you get that will replace the Bloodline? The only other place you would have to would be the Judgment Day. That's the only group. But would the Judgment Day on SmackDown cause as much traction as the Bloodline has done on SmackDown for the past 3-4 years? Like, it's almost a guarantee that you stand where you are. Like, back in the day when your teacher would be like, okay, every quarter I'm giving everybody a assigned seat, and you know if you was bad or something, you was sitting in the front of the class the whole year, you ain't even have to worry about assigned seating. That's how the Bloodline is. Like, they know they not going nowhere. They know they not leaving SmackDown. Now, if it was a shakeup and they left, I'd be surprised. But y'all know they not leaving no SmackDown. Like, who would replace them? Like, even if you had the Bloodline to the Judgment Day to replace the Bloodline, you would still have to bring somebody with Judgment Day. Like, I don't know who would you bring because it wouldn't be no story. I feel like if they were on SmackDown like that, you would have to bring a multitude of people with them. Like it couldn't just be them. Now see, because the Bloodline has caused chaos on both brands, you could put them in whatever. You could probably hell put them on NXT if they had beef. If they had went on NXT a couple times in the past and caused trauma, you could have put them any. Like you literally could put them anywhere. You can't do that for Judgment Day. Judgment Day, I don't think got beef with people like that on that's on SmackDown right now, like they do with the people on Raw. But they came out, he got spiked. Randy got spiked. He went back, and I was like, now if Randy come out, okay, and later on this match, he going all y'all gonna do was piss him off. I was like, if he's well enough to come out, I said, because y'all should have took him out. If you gonna take him out, that's one of them people that you should have took out. That's the. Then I was like, pretty deadly. Okay, they was like, we could help you with the match. We could help you. And Paul was like, only one of y'all could come. Like, okay. And then he said, we fight. They fight in L.A. AJ and Randy. Then they whole told James like, I think we got that thing. If we would have found out about it earlier, I said, okay. I was like, y'all fools. Because honestly, if it was me and I found out I had to fight them three, I'd have faked like I was sick. I'm not about to fight them three. Like, y'all bugging. So he yeah, so they fought AJ and LA couldn't get on the same page. At one point I said they gonna end up knocking each other out. And I was like, is that new gear that LA has on? I'm here for the gear though. Black is my second favorite color after the lime green. Like Shigo, give me like Shigo vibes, okay? And um I love lime green since Spice Girls era. Like sporty, like Scary was my girl. My backup was Posh. I had the dolls. Them the only two I wanted. Ironically, those were the only two that are relevant. After they broke up. But yeah, so I was like, I'm here for the black. And then I was like, it's giving graffiti. Like the graffiti, but I always say that he looks like a 90s action star where he wears his other gear. So I'm like, if he's sticking to like the 90s theme, the 90s era, 90s hip hop, all that, I was like, it's on brand for him, which I'm not mad at. Like, it was good. Like, I loved it. Speaking of gear, like, Joaquin's robe or whatever he came out with, loved it. The spike shoulders, like, I was like, okay, come through with the robe, okay? Like, you better do it. It was surprising not to see him with a hat on, but he only wears a hat when he's not wrestling. But the fact that he has to have a statement piece when he comes out, if it's not a hat, it's something else. Like, so, like, his fashion, I don't know if he comes up with that stuff by himself, but I was here for it. So, them two arguing, I was like, they can't even get it together. Jimmy get the lead. You know, the match is the match. And then, poor Jimmy just gets the worst of it. So every time AJ tries to get it, like Solo comes around, and AJ thinks it's LA's fault that he's not getting help. Like, you did this on purpose. Da, 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 da. I'm like, Lord, they can't even get it together. So, you know, the brothers come through. Here come Randy his music. Their eyes are like this. I said, yeah, y'all done up. Okay? Y'all should have took him out. Like, when you deal with a bear, you know what I'm saying? You don't hit it and they be like, oh, I hope it's dead. Like, no, you got to kill this nigga. Like, you got to injure. You should have hit him in the knee or something, like, so he could be limping. But no, Randy, like, he's so pissed. And so Braun, he would have came out with a whole limp knee. It wouldn't have been no way escaping him. Like, y'all can't, y'all just pissed him off even more. He been gone for a year and a half too. So he came out and I said, poor daggone Jimmy, because he gets the worst of it. He had the vintage Randy on him. He had the daggone arcade on him. And I was like, Solo, just get up out of Dodge. So here comes Solo. I was like, oh, they finally get him. Paul looks scared when Randy comes out. His eyes get big. He like, okay. And then, so AJ hits him with the phenomenal forearm. Solo, I forgot even how he got back in the ring. Hits him with the phenomenal forearm. LA talking trash. And it hits him with the BFT. And then, oh, before that, before he tries to hit Jimmy with the RKO, he hit Jimmy tried to reverse it and then he super kicked him. And then he got out there. I forgot how he got up the ring. And then they ended up getting Solo. But before that match, the Carmelo and Theory match, they came trying to come down the Spanish Fly. Like both of them was, but before he even went up there, Theory, his neck and face was red. So I was like, it's blood, nothing but blood rushed to his head, trying to get oxygen. And then they both ended up falling. I was like, homeboy looked winded, James looked winded, and Theory looked completely out of it. They didn't even finish that match. Um, so I hope that both of them are okay. Like that was crazy. And then so back to that. So he got the phenomenal forehead arm and the BFT, and then he got the RKO. Was it the RKOs he gave him? Yeah. So then that what made it interesting. That's what made it interesting. I was like, that's a great ending to the match. And then they all picked him up and they slammed it through the announcement table. And then I think after that, Jimmy got RKO too, which, and you know, they showed Paul like call Roman Reigns, like he was concerned. And I was like, this is a great ending to the match. And I said that because Solo's known as the enforcer. Like maybe outside of a couple matches where he's had help or someone comes out, like Jimmy comes out and helps him and they get disqualified. Solo either hasn't lost somebody or hasn't lost a lot. So to see him to be down bad was interesting because I was like, I don't think he's been down that bad since NXT. So if that's the case, Roman gonna have something on his hands on Royal Rumble, which is what we want to see. The people that love the action part of wrestling, it's what we love to see. So I can't wait to see it. I got to get back into my NXT in my Raw bag. I missed the first NXT. What was that? Last Tuesday. I was sick as a dog. I was sick all last week because I bought Sling and ain't watched either one. I didn't watch the first, and that's the one I wanted to see, or this one, this past one, because I was so busy at work getting back into the swing of things. I wore myself out at work and went to sleep. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. Please, 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 okay? Stay bundled up, stay safe. Um, Wash your hands, wash your body, okay? The whole body, not just the upper part. Because I read articles where people only wash like from the waist up. Like y'all don't even wash your legs. Like that's nasty. Wash everything, lotion everything. Make sure you moisturize and stuff. Drink enough water, you know. If you don't, okay, take a turmeric and a ginger shot thing. If not, drink some ginger and turmeric tea. Turmeric helps with inflammation. Ginger helps with digestive stuff. You know what I'm saying? That helps flush all that out to get your immune system 100%. Do all of that. Clean your ears. Do all of that. Stay safe. Spray down your doorknobs and your lights, because that's I think how my son got strep. Because I looked it up. They was like, it could get it from touching doorknobs and lights or somebody sneezing in the air. And cover your mouths. I had an aunt that had COVID pneumonia, a great aunt. My other aunt right now got pneumonia flu. My sister got COVID for the second time. The first time she was asymptomatic. I had sinusitis and a viral infection. And mind you, none of us have been around each other. Like my other two aunts, one is in DC, one is in Pittsburgh. I haven't seen my sister since Christmas. So I got sick from something else. And she got sick from being at work. I probably got sick from being at work too. And then my son goes to Boys and Girls Club after school. Got strep throat. And stop sending y'all kids to school knowing that they got a sore throat. Like, oh, it's just a little sore throat. No, nigga, y'all spreading germs. Like, keep them at home. Half of y'all work from home anyway. It don't make sense to send them and they could be upstairs in the bed while you downstairs at work. Or if y'all on the same floor, like put them in the bed or on the couch while you work on your bed. Like, stop sending people to school sick. Stop going to work sick. Use your sick days, okay? Junk is irritating. Like, I don't understand why y'all so scared to use a sick day. It's a sick day. Okay? Use them. And cover up and eat right and do all that. Okay? Sorry for the anger rant, but that junk is pissed me off. Because if me and my son get sick next week, I'm fighting everybody. Okay. Love you all. Bye.